Good day, Thabure TV family. My name is Yaredi, and we are still here at a lodge for the COMENSA activation launch. And now that all of those formalities are out of the way, sir, can you please introduce yourself and tell us why we are gathered here today?
Hi, Dr. Paseka Mokoena here. This is membership outreach for COMENSA, Coaches and Mentors South Africa. It's a body of mentors and coaches in South Africa, coaches and mentors in South Africa. Um, and some of us are members, some of us are aspiring members or aspirant members. Everybody here is hoping to be a member. There's about 50 people in the room. They're talking about launching the Free State Chapter in a few days or weeks, and they have just about 4 chapters nationally. This will be the 5th chapter. The 6th chapter is planned to be in the Eastern Cape, yes, and East London and PE, of course, Gqeberha. So, targeted to be the next points of visitation. And I'm in the coaching space for a while now, and I'm a practical second generation coach after my parents, and my daughter is in the third generation. She's also trained as a coach and licensed as a coach, so it's looking good. Look at Coach Matai. Yeah, she stands. She also manages me.
That's nice.
Yeah, yeah. So we're here to ensure that there's life for this chapter, potential actualized. People like me should not be chairpersons and deputy chairpersons, or secretary in the positions. We should know that not every talent is talent for everything. While you can be an impact member and a contributing member, I'm an impact coach. While you can be a contributing member and an impact member, you must know where you are relevant. And so it has to do everything with focus, and that's what we do for clients. We teach them, rather help them to get to where they are destined to go. So we must know where ourselves are destined to go. So not every position will sit on every shoulder. And certainly, in the chapter that's coming of the first state, I'll be so bored if I have to be in the position, in any position of this. But I'd be so happy to be impact member, contributing member, going around. Some of the work we do is pro bono, some of the work that we do is paid, but some of the work we must pay for. So and especially when it comes to um, when we are starting off, somebody must sponsor. So we must sponsor with our talents and sometimes our time, and sometimes with our um, dime. We must contribute to the thing, and hopefully, some of us will do that. And I'm willing to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I learned today is that I think I speak for myself and most when I say we're not really aware that there's a distinct between coaching and mentorship. And as a life coach, can you please clarify that more for us?
Well, look, your mentor, your mentor walks with you. Your mentor is your big brother, your big sister, who helps you go to where you would go anyway, but with their guidance. And you need a professional association to manage professionalism in the area. You you can't have what people refer to as cowboys going around, somebody with two guns along the waist and shooting everywhere. You need the space to be more than regulated, which is very far. Regulated is very far, but you need it to be professionalized, where somebody can be a mentor to some people, and where we can find their credentials as a mentor, and so that's within COMENSA. And then there is coaching, which is coaching has to do with results in terms of success, in terms of prosperity, in terms of growth, in terms of transformation, and all the areas that have to do with growing, which have to do with attaining success, which have to do with making a turn in the right direction, and it's not always a turnaround. Sometimes it's a turn up, sometimes it's a turn right. So we coaching helps people do that. It helps people, and sometimes it's a turn down. When you are too busy, you might have to tone down your own operations and mentor some people, and maybe commercialize further, and maybe outsource further, and maybe structure yourself better, or maybe you can imagine some of the most powerful people, if they were locked up on a one-to-one kind of coaching setup. You can have the highest paying person being your client, but sometimes if you have 10 highly paying people seeing 10 of your proteges, that makes a whole difference, where you become the spirit of the movement instead of the mover in the movement. So, so sometimes that's what coaching does for you. Coaching wires you to your destiny. And of course, people pay for coaching, and some of us have done coaching, as we call it in other fields like law, pro bono. We do it as what they call in other sectors a good Samaritan act. We do coaching every day. People do coaching everybody, but a formal paid session of coaching always has outcomes, intended outcomes, and always has a sense of this is where I'm at, this is where I need to go, and the coach helps you, challenges you along the way to move you from milestone to milestone. So that's what coaching does, as opposed to mentoring. Mentoring is more of a root reflection, while coaching is more of a self reflection.
Okay. Okay, so I just for clarity's sake, from what you just said, I think I'm understanding that you're saying mentoring has like a personal aspect to it more than the coaching
There is a personal aspect involved.
or input. Okay.
The point is, with with a mentoring setup, you are in a certain profession.
Mm.
Your mentor is in the same profession and is saying to you, or in the same space, and is saying you are saying to your mentor, or you are even looking at your mentor for how to, you are looking at a blazed trail. Your mentor has already blazed a trail in the profession, in the direction you want to go. And it's more about them saying to you,
Mm-hmm.
than saying to you, listen,
Mm.
where are you? And that's what coaching
Mm.
is. Where do you want to go? Oh, I don't know. Well, yeah, that's something. Why do you not know where you are going? Where have you been? That's coaching for you. Coaching is getting you clarity, getting you to move from your head and your heart to your hunting. And I'm just trying to use words that sort of rhyme poetry. You know, we set you in your head, set you up in your head and your heart onto your destined hunting ground. Where should you be doing life? Um, did you know that you know what you should be doing? It's just that, where's your problem? You tell me, no. What I can tell you your problem is that you not gonna be telling me where's your problem, or are you? No, I might actually tell you what have you been doing? Where have you been spending your time? Where do you rather want to spend your time? Where are you at your most happiest? Where are you at your most comfortable? Why are you not there? Um, how can you get there? How much time do you need to get there? What are the resources that you need to get there? Sort of a thing. But that's what coaching is for you. While mentoring is, you wanna go there, you are in the middle of it. So let's go.
Okay. So just to conclude, I believe trials and tribulations are everywhere. As a life coach, what are some of the actually just highlight one challenge that you face in this field?
As a life coach, if you want my honest opinion, it's every life coach through and truly is a mad person.
Mm.
So you have to be dealing with your own madness. because you are thinking you have so many true and and breakthrough ideas that you know and you think that the world needs this. It's always the time and the resources and the space to create an opening for that. So as a coach, you always blazing new trails. You always going in uncharted territory. You always going through the thicket and making a way. So a coach's biggest challenge is always coming with the right questions and challenges to oneself. Um, um, and let me just make it personal and practical. You realize that some of these things are not going to happen in my lifetime, but you want to be relevant for where you need to take the world. And so there are things that you need to think about. One of them for me is I don't even need people to remember my name, but I need to be able to set something there, which, as a believer, when judgment day comes, the Lord can look down and say, you lucky that good thing you did is still down there and is still getting people to me. You lucky that, you know what, you can come and sit here somewhere around me. Of course, the Lord saying that to you because look, how many people are on a journey that is just in the opposite direction to being suicidal, to being diagoisha, to being through it's hard, to going through it's difficult. How you have done well for people saying, I'm alive, I am getting down on it. So, so as a point of what's difficult for the life coach, it's always about how do I get the right audience to the right lessons, because for me, teachers teach and learners learn, but as you are going to teach, you need to find your learners. Yeah,
Sir, I think you said a mouthful and you put it so beautifully. Thank you so much for your time.
you're
And we
welcome,
really,
Thabure.
really do appreciate it.
You're
Hopefully,
welcome.
we'll meet again.
We shall meet
Yeah.
again. And
Thank you
for
so
those
much.
coaches that have not joined COMENSA yet, and for those people who are not coaches yet, and for those people who do not want to be mentors, we need to understand that there's a little spark inside of you that tells you this is the right direction to go. And if you blink to it, if you close your eyes to it, you will never remember what you saw. So, as a human being, focus on the spark, make it into a flame.
Thank you. Make
Thank you.
it into a
A flame,
frame. You guys heard
yes.
it for yourself. Thank you so, so much for your time. And if you haven't connected with us, please do so on all our social media platforms under Thabure TV.